Have you ever walked into a massive store or shopping mall planning to just grab one specific item and then 2 hours later, your cart is full and disoriented with stuff that you don't need? It feels like this is your own personal accident, right? Like you just got distracted. But the truth is, it's not an accident at all. You were basically guided there by design. So I wanted to look at a phenomenon that blends all of this together, and it happens every time we step inside a modern commercial or environmental space, entertainment space. The truth is, the history of commercial architecture has been completely shifted. We've moved away from the simple marketplace layouts into highly calculated, structured environments, specifically engineered to change our main goal and disorient us by using tactics such as the Gruen effect. In environmental psychology, this is known as spatial design, which is essentially the art of structural persuasion with our conscious awareness. And after diving deep research into this, it's clear just how long commercial planners have been mastering these hidden tactics to subtly dictate our physical choices. When you really stop thinking about how much our physical movements are guided by our surroundings, it makes you wonder what else is being controlled right in front of our eyes. Throughout history, human society have built spaces to gather and trade, but how do we get to the point where a building can be engineered to completely change your sense of direction? Who exactly opened this door to change our expectation of architecture, moving it from basic shelter to something incredibly challenging? To help us understand this, of how spaces truly operate, we're going to look at these three main areas: the psychological layout tricks used in modern retail, and the Gruen effect, and as well as the broader society and financial impact these spaces have on our everyday behavior. When you first step inside a large store, you enter what environmental psychologists call the decompression zone. Planners intentionally leave this area open so you can adjust to the lighting and scale of the building, meaning they save their most important high profit items just beyond this area. Most major retailers utilize a specific layout flow, often guiding the traffic to move in a counterclockwise direction. These studies show that because of the majority of human populations are right-handed, people naturally prefer turning right and looking toward the right side, allowing stores to strategically place high impulse items along these specific pathways. Think about where basic necessities are in a grocery store, such as milk, bread, or restroom facilities are usually located. They're mostly pushed into the farthest back of a building, forcing consumers just like us to walk past hundreds of tempting displays to accomplish what they're actually going for. Now that we understand how basic layouts can guide our feet, let's look at this towards a more psychological way, such as the Gruen effect. The concept is named after Victor Gruen, the architect who designed the first fully enclosed shopping mall. While he originally wanted to create community gathering hubs, incorporate planners quickly corporate planners quickly realized that his immersive, sensory-rich layouts caused people to lose track of their original intentions. The Gruen effect officially triggers when an individual is overwhelmed by the highly deliberate sensory input such as bright or even lighting, white lighting, a complete lack of windows, and no visible clocks. This specific environment sensory overload causes your brain to drop its additional shopping list and switch over to impulsive wandering. Winding floor plans used intentionally by IKEA. So, by forcing customers through a highly structured one-way maze where you cannot easily see from the next section, your spatial awareness is temporarily suspended, making every single display feel like a rare, immediate opportunity to buy something. Getting lost in a maze might just seem as a simple marketing trick, but when you apply it on a massive scale, it shapes our financial habits and social interactions in a much deeper way. The direct financial consequence of the spatial architecture is massive spike in the unplanned spending. When a building successfully strips away your sense of time and direction, your rational defense mechanisms drop, directly translating environmental confusions into corporate profit. Beyond individual spending, these engineers' environments change how communities interact. Instead of public parks or open cities where movement is free and unpredictable, modern commercial spaces funnel entire population into predictable, heavy monitored pathways where your primary value as a human is to consume. Over time, our brains become thoroughly conditioned to these structures. We begin to mistake these hyper-stimulating artificial environments for genuine community centers, altering our baseline society expectations of what public architecture is supposed to look and feel like. To wrap things up, it's clear that next time you take a walk into a beautifully designed commercial space, you aren't stepping inside to a building, you're stepping inside to a highly strategic psychological script. Today, we looked at how modern retail uses a hidden layout tricks to guide our footsteps. We broke down the mechanism of the Gruen effect and see how structural disorientation is deliberately used in a retail tool. And finally, we examined the massive social and financial impact of these calculated spaces on our everyday lives. So the next time you see yourself through a massive storefront, feeling completely turned around with an unexpected item in your hand, take a look around the walls around you. Remind yourself that you didn't make a random mistake. You're simply navigating a world that was flawlessly built to you to lose your way.